Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I am a Dragon Witch. I also believe that we have now um, somewhere around 2,000 subscribers, or maybe even reached 2,000 subscribers. That is crazy. I never thought that this was going to happen. Of course, I don't want to be this cliche YouTuber who says, oh, thank you, whatever. No, I wanted to say something different with this because I didn't expect this. I mean, never expected this. There, more and more people are getting awakened by the dragon, and it's amazing. When I was awakened about this in the spiritual path, I was alone for a lot of years, and it was very difficult, especially in the first year. I was alone, and there are so many things that was going on around me, and I was not imagining it. It was all real, and I know it was all the dragon. It was amazing, but it was difficult. So, but I just want to say this to you, my brothers and sisters. I love all of you. I love all of you. I really am sincere in this. I really am legit in this. I mean, I just love all of you. The reason why I love all of you is because we are all connected with a dragon soul, a dragon spirit. We all have different dragon eyes. We all have different paths, but we are all connected by dragon energy. And I know that the life of a dragon witch is not easy at all, that I just want to be there with you. I want to be there for you. If I see or feel your dragon, I would kneel down before you. I made a promise to my dragon to be there to aid you to wherever I can, wherever possible. Um, and I also have to admit something. There are a lot of things that happened inside of my life that was not coincidence. For example, I already told you the story when I was 2 years old that I was actually supposed to die on that day. I had this brain disease that was very much close to to killing me at that moment. No one was allowed to come inside of my hospital bed, but near my hospital bed, unless it was my dad. My dad was the only atheist from my entire family. All the other ones were Christians and always praying around me. And the more that they prayed for me, the more that I screamed that I wanted to get them out. Of course, these are stories that I don't remember it, but these are stories that they told me. Only my dad was allowed, and he said to me that I was on the final moments that I was actually in high fever, deadly fever. That was the first moment that he saw me smile, like, and I was grabbing something like there was something in front of me, like, and I loved it so much. Like it seemed that I loved it so much. The first time in a long time that I was smiling, that I was happy, that I was actually laughing, and within a few seconds I was healed from it. And I think and I believe that I just needed to do something in this world. That I still had something like unfinished business. Sometimes they say it like this, but I was supposed to do something in this world. Because I was supposed to die, then my spirit would be gone inside of the void, forever gone. But it didn't happen. And when I was 2 years old, they handed me over. And that was so not coincidence in this case. It's not coincidence. My dragon plush. My dragon plush. And I saw it and I was smiling. I was happy. I was squeezing the life out of that thing. And I didn't let it go until now, even. I didn't let that plushie go because I knew it reminded me of what I saw in front of me and that I was not supposed to die in that moment. Even to this day, I'm not actually very allowed to go inside of spiritual houses or maybe religious houses because when my grandma died, that's also something happened. Like for example, they were doing like this with smoke, and I was before I was actually not thinking of entering the church, but I wanted to pay a last honor to my grandma. It was like a wall that I was not supposed to go inside of it. And once I was going inside of it, once the priest was doing like with the smoke, I wasn't I couldn't breathe anymore. I had to go out of it. I was running out of it actually. I was not breathing anymore. And then when there was a coffee table and we are all the families sitting together, I was I was putting my coat out, and immediately my sister said, Your neck, everything around your neck is red." And that was what I felt. Like the time that I was inside of the church, it seemed like there was always something like grabbing my neck, like, "Go the hell out." I was not allowed to be there. The reason for that is because all of that is not my path. And on this God, I didn't care for that God. In fact, that God is the opposite of what Tiamat's supposed to be. And Tiamat is my goddess, and my Tiamat and also my guardian always in my ear was always saying, "Get out." And I was getting out. But things like this happen to me all the time, my brothers and sisters. But not only that. For example, I was going to have a car crash with my dad, and I saw it happening before all these wild boars were crossing over the street. I knew it before it happened, and that the thing I was supposed to die on many occasions, but always the dragon interfered with saying, "Be careful, be careful." And what I'm actually into this moment to start to believe, and especially when I see the 2K coming from YouTube, that I start to believe that I was supposed to do something in this world, and to do something with, not for everyone, of course, not for every human being. Not everyone is on the dragon's path. Not everyone has a dragon spirit, but just a couple of people. I thought a couple of people. If I made, like I said, I made Christians and Muslim followers of the dragon, that they didn't care anymore for their religion, that they simply care about their own self. And I'm not saying, for example, I'm winning these souls, and now I'm going to be granted something by the dragon. No, I'm gaining nothing from this. Nothing. And like I said, I don't care about being a celebrity or whatever. I only care about doing the dragon's job. The dragon's job is to talk about them. And I highly recommend that you do the same, because you are doing the dragon's work, the dragon's job, into talking for them. And so that I am a bit like convinced that that I was supposed to do something for you, my brothers and sisters. That I say to you, that is the reason why I say that I love all of you. I love all of you like my brothers and sisters on a spiritual path, and that we are all connected with dragon energy. But like I said, I didn't expect 2K. I didn't expect 2,000. Even on my Facebook page, even on one page, there is still 14 or 15,000 followers. It is insane. Are we with that many? It's amazing. It's in the beginning of my path. 7 years I was looking for you, my brothers and sisters. Where have you been? I mean, where were you in these 7 years? But I'm very happy that I've actually, in the end, found you. In the end, that I found a lot of you, actually. That I am so grateful to find you. And I also, for example, that in the beginning of my path, I was so confused that I met someone, a witch who was home in many places, who could guide me, actually. But I know it's so difficult in the beginning of your path. It's so difficult because you don't have information. And also, you are your own God into this. You are connected with your God and your guardian, and you are the dragon spirit. Together you are one, which means that you are your own God into this. That you create your own rules. But what are these rules? How to please your dragon? How to please everyone? I mean, every dragon. That was also the question that I had. How do I please a dragon? How can a dragon be, for example, angry with you? How can they be disappointed, even jealous, or whatever? I mean, those are the things to find out after you are awakened. After you find out that you are actually born with a dragon soul here upon this world. That you are also, that I sometimes call, a lost soul in this world. That you are a lost dragon soul covered in bones and in skin, that you are something that you are really not in this world. That is so confusing, and I know it is. And that is why I say it's not easy. Not easy at all to be a dragon. It's not easy to be the chosen one. Not at all. That you are different than everyone else. For example, everyone, like now, for example, everyone bows down before Jesus. Everyone bows down before that guy. But if you look at his life, that's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. They were also demonizing him, also, yeah, like I said, killing him. If he was real, of course, I don't know, and I don't really care. But if you see the story of him, not fun at all, not at all. You don't want to be in his place. And that is actually a bit the same thing with you. You also are in the middle of a very spiritual person. You are a very important person, VIP, that you can say, but no one knows it. No one knows it. I know it. I know that you are. I know that you are very much, much more than it seems, that you are very much chosen and blessed by dragons. Dragons are, there is no one higher than dragons, that you are blessed by them, that you even have their own spirit, the spirit of the dragon. That doesn't mean that you have a different spirit. No, that is you, who you actually are. And that is why I say to you, thank you for being with me. Really, I really am serious. I don't want to be cliche to say thank you and subscribe and and like this video. I'm not like this. The only thing that I desire from you, my brothers and sisters, is that you recognize your own self, your path, your gods, your guardian, your dragons, your name, that you recognize who you really are in all of this confusion that you have in this life, that you recognize all of it. That is the only thing that I ask from you. That whenever I was awakened, I made a promise to my dragon to talk about them, because there is not enough people who talk about them. That is why I said to you, it's a very good idea to talk about them. You are doing the dragon's job. And so, yeah, I met a lot of people in this path. A lot of them actually became my friends, also my spiritual brothers and sisters, and it was an amazing experience, actually, to meet all of you. Of course, in these 7 years, actually, that was fine. In these 7 years that I was alone, and all of these experiences that I had, it was 7 years of pure learning, being quiet for hearing the dragon's voice, saying to myself that I was going crazy, but even then, I never let the dragon down, never dropped the dragon. I always wanted to be by the dragon. I knew what I saw, I knew what I felt. It was not my imagination. Dragons are real, and much more even so that I later on, in all of these years later, discovered that there was even a dragon within us. Then also that there is a dragon god who is the architect of your dragon's path. It's amazing, all of it, my brothers and sisters. It's also amazing that I reached out for so many people, that I still had this work to do before I go, actually, you can say. Of course, I hope that I have a long lifespan, but yeah, you never know about that. So, my brothers and sisters, be blessed.